Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Shimra Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them, but taught us his truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word and truth and sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. To the Aqua that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, the 144,000 and 1/3, the hopeful elect of Israel. I'm the brother Yahshua. I'm back with the WW3 Daily Update. Shalom and salutations to you as well. We're going to start right here. Is World War III in the Bible? Yes. Let's just get that real quick. We usually do this at the end. Revelation 11 and 14 in any version. The Berean Standard. Slovakia. 11:14. The second woe is past. Behold, the third woe is coming shortly. Woe means destruction, or in this case, the third destruction, the Third World War. Second World War is past. Behold, the third cometh quickly. You can go back and grab the first and the second. Okay. What is it? 9? Slovakia. Right here. Revelation 9 and 12. The first woe, there's World War I. See, the Bible speaks of World War I. So when you read Revelation 9, 1 through 7, right, which we just did in the previous video, right, this is dealing with World War I. And yes, the angels are directing, right? The angels direct World War I. See, if we went here, right, and say UFOs during World War I. Okay. UFOs of the First World War. The Foo Fighters, right? Let's see. Let's get images. Right? So, UFOs of the First World War. They kept encountering what they called Foo Fighters, right? And everybody knows who the Foo Fighters are. Right? See, this is Churchill. Ordered cover-up of National Archives show, BBC. This was, I believe Churchill was World War I. But, let's see. Let's go into this real quick. See, the angels were there. This is a book. Let's see. I distinctly saw an artificial light to the north of me at about the same height. I followed this light northeast for nearly 20 minutes, but it seemed to go slightly higher and just as quickly as myself, and eventually I lost it. Completely in the clouds. In the what? Yeah, of course you did. It cloaked. Such sightings occurred frequently during the war. What war? The First World War. So this is the angels, when you understand what the UFOs are, okay? They were there. Let's look up Foo Fighter. Look, Foo Fighter. Don't even have to look. Meet the Foo Fighters, amazing UFOs from World War II. Okay, so that was 2. But during World War I, they were there. Okay? And it's showing you. Right? Let's see. Enemy aliens. how Britain investigated UFOs during World War One. What is this? What does this mean? No, I'm not doing any of that, so okay. UFOs in World War One. Facebook. So anyway, that's the point. The point is that they're in all the wars. Look at this. It's Facebook. I like this. I would like to use this. Matter of fact, I might do it anyway. Let's see if I can pull it. I like it. Yeah. Okay, so, I mean, and it is what it is. Okay, so when we go back, where did we start? Okay. This is describing World War One. Okay. They were told, who was they? They were or tree, but only those who did not have the seal of the Most High in their forehead. Now, what does this mean? Okay. The angels were there during World War One. Who can determine who has the seal of the Most High in their forehead? The angels. And they were told that, gotta go back to it, don't I? Hurt not. And that's the same thing. The angels are being told, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed. Okay? Now, this goes back to seal. What's that? Let's see what am I looking for? Just did this. Come that near. What Ezekiel 9. And this is the angels being told, right? Slay utterly. Young, both maids and little children. This is Ezekiel 9 and 6 in the King James. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. And then they begin at the ancient men which were before the house. Who's they? The angels. The angels were directed. St. Elmo's fire. What is St. Elmo's fire? Okay. Let's see. This is during the War of Columbus in the Northern Kingdom, right? Let's see. St. Elmo. What the F is St. Elmo's fire? It's a movie, right? Phenomenon. Elmo's fire. What? Phenomenon. Okay. It's a weather phenomenon in which luminous plasma, it's ball lightning, right, is created by a coronal discharge from a rod-like object, such as a mouse, spire, chimney. Now, that's not what it was. Okay. Are you going to explain what that Columbus and them followed? Are you going to tell that story? Or weather? Glowing ball of light, huh? You got to explain that shit away. It's a glowing ball of light. See how they're going through great lengths to see St. Elmo's fire phenomenon. CH. Cologne. Is it Cologne? Cologne. How does St. Elmo's fire connect? What bizarre site did Christopher Columbus claim to have? See? See how you gotta hide that truth? And I know I'm going way off, but see, you gotta understand what the hell is going on out here. All right? Do not, look at that. Do not UFOs wind up around nuclear of blue or violet, but what they were following out in the Sinai Desert too, right? Targets for St. Elmo's fire. Fascination and superstition around its appearance has been documented part of sailing history. Has been a documented part of sailing history since as early examples. Julius Caesar himself and Christopher Columbus experiencing what? The angels on their journeys. And the appearance of St. Elmo's fire was considered by settlers to be a good omen. To be good omen that signified the ending of a terrible storm. What was that? That was the angels leading the ship out of the storm. Okay? Patron saint. The modern sailors describe it as spectacular, spooky, and even supernatural, and revel in the opportunity to witness the dancing flames. Right? No. Those are the angels. So anyway. Here's your update. What's going on over there? Well, the angels are working on the minds of. So let's watch this. This is 5 hours ago. U.S. launches airstrike. So they're going tit for tit. Yesterday, I met Iran, so they say, striking back. Right? So now you just start launching dubs like a mug. If the airstrikes are in Iraq and Syria, why in the world are they showing video of the Israeli-Gaza border? Anyway, all right, let's watch this. On your screen right now, giving you a live look at the Israel-Gaza border. The United States launching airstrikes in Iraq and Syria against more than 85 targets linked to Iran's Revolutionary Guard and militias it backs, reportedly killing nearly 40 people in retaliation for a deadly attack on U.S. troops. The strikes, which included the use of long-range B-1 bombers flown from the U.S., were the first in response to the attack last weekend in Jordan by Iran-backed militias, and more U.S. military operations are expected in the coming days. Well, joining us live this morning to explain more on the conflict is Ken Gray. He's the senior lecturer in criminal justice and homeland security at the University of New Haven. Mr. Ken, good morning to you. Always a pleasure having you here with us on Live Now from Fox.
Good morning, Janae. Glad to be with you once again.
Thank you for being here. So many intricate details as a part of this conflict. Can you explain how we got to this point and what exactly happened?
So, for me, Alpha Brain is the very best product that I've ever found. I notice a difference. So, this is in response to the attack on Tower 22, a logistics base the U.S. had at the north corner of Jordan on the border of both Iraq and Syria. And with that attack, 3 Americans lost their lives, and there was a promised response by the United States to this attack. This is after a series of attacks against U.S. interests within that area, but this is the one that got by defense and actually killed Americans. The promised response occurred starting on Friday night, our time. In that attack, there was bombers launched from a Texas Air Force Base that flew all the way across the world to launch this series of bombings against targets there within Iraq and Syria. There were over 36 targets that were struck. And that, I'm sorry, there was over 85 targets that were struck at 7 different locations. It ended up killing both Iraqis and Syrians. The Iraqis are claiming that they lost 36 people, to include both militants and civilians. The Syrians have not provided a number, but they said that they lost both civilians and militants. And so this was the first wave of such attacks. Then on Saturday night, last night, the United States and the UK launched another series of attacks against the Houthis. And in this particular case, there was 36 different targets that were attacked within Yemen, launched from both the Dwight D. Eisenhower aircraft carrier and missiles launched from Tomahawk missiles launched from the Carney and the Gravely, and also UK fighters also joined in on this fray. And so this was an additional response to this attack against Tower 22.
Okay, so when you understand what's going on, which you may not, all right, which this thing is designed so that you don't know, what is going on is nothing less than World War III. Tit for tat, you struck me, I'm striking you back. Now, not in Iran, not in the United States, but in these proxy nations, if you will. Hey, the war is on and cracking. Now, there's going to come a time when they can't hide that anymore, right? When these names, Iran strikes Israel, not proxy, not Iran backed, but Iran strikes Israel. Egypt strikes Israel. Okay? That's coming. And it's coming quick. But we got to get the preliminary stuff out of the way, and the spin doctors are out doing their thing, and that's what this is. This is all, retaliatory. What? No, you're over there fighting. You shooting missiles at each other. Everybody is. You're trying to, it was them. Oh, is it? No, it's the region. Okay? There are 3 people in the region. There's the Arabs, which include the Persians, right? So you got the Persians and the Arabs together fighting against the Edomites, who are the Israelis, the UK, and the United States. And that's what it is. They're going to keep lying and obfuscating, right? Until you just fucking can't do it no more. Then you got to tell the truth. The West, they're going to call the Edomites the West. Oh, the West. It's the West against the East. The East is the Arabs and the Persians. Okay? Elam and Ishmael came together fighting against Edom. There you go. How about that?
Also, in a second attack here to stop the Houthis from continuing their operations against.
Houthis are Arabs. The Arabs are Ishmael. So get right down to it.
For shipping in the Red Sea.
Mr. Ken, we keep hearing this phrase, regional conflict. Is what's going on making that a reality?
So we have de facto regional conflict at this point in that before...
De facto region, yeah, it's called World War III. No, we're calling it de facto regional No, nigga, that's the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay, the whole region, the Arabs and the Persians, then came together.
The fighting was confined more or less to the Gaza Strip, with some exchange across the border into.
More or less across the. No, that's not what's going on. It's going on in Lebanon with Hezbollah, right? Gaza, the Israelis got ran the hell up out of Gaza already. And now you know you got to keep some firepower and some. You can't just shoot everything in Gaza, which you did. Now you got to fight Hezbollah in the north. What's going on here?
Jordan, across the border into Lebanon with Hezbollah. However, this has expanded now. This is now involving militant forces within Iraq, militant forces within Syria.
You're surrounded. And you knew you were. You've been surrounded. But now, the jig is up. These motherfuckers are taking off the gloves and it's about to go down. And it's going to take everything you got, right? We're going to stop it right there while this guy tries to explain away this. What do we see? Well, easy. God is gathering the armies of the world. I will gather all nations, right? No, I will gather the armies of the world into the Middle East, okay? You can dance around Eastern Europe all you want to, but here's what God. I, the Most High, Yahweh Shemel Shai, will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat, the Middle East. Do we not see that? There will I judge them for arming my people, my special possession, for scattering my people among the nations, and for dividing them. Why he's fomenting this ambush? He gave you the reason why. Why I'm opening up the Red Sea and allowing Pharaoh to go right down into. Right? Why? Because I'm going to judge them like I did Pharaoh. Anyway, we'll end it right there. We hope that the elector edify you, brothers and sisters. Shalom.